Hey guys, in this episode, I am going to go over all the changes they made in this clan update. There's a lot of hidden changes, a lot of tweaks that they've made. The first one, obviously, the most obvious one, is the clan hall, which you can go in if you have entered a clan. And I'm going to show you guys that a little bit here. Okay, so you start out and you've got these, two guards for your clan area. And you've got this whole area, and there's actually not a whole lot to do here. There's a lot of changes here because obviously all of this stuff is new, and there's a lot of things in this area that are saying, hey, this is what's coming in future updates. So let's talk about a little bit of them. The first one is obviously just that this zone is a clan only zone. So you join a clan, there's a lot of elements that I'm going to show you guys about joining a clan. If you guys saw some of my other videos, you got to see how to create a clan. And so these clans, mainly every day you get to do 3 of these tasks. There's easy ones, which are not easy at all. In fact, sometimes even with 16 players, they're impossible. So I'm not sure, hopefully the devs, by the time the update gets to you guys, they fix that. But the lockpick ones are pretty easy. You just have to plan it out. But getting like 1,000 chunks of eternal ice in 30 minutes is really difficult. So it's not I don't think that one's impossible. The collecting pine logs is probably not impossible, but the limestone would be a lot easier though. Regardless, they're not easy. If you have a 4-player clan, there's going to be some that you're going to be able to accomplish, but you really need 16 active players, which is a really big mistake in my opinion for Kafir. One of the biggest problems with Frostborn is that they forget that you make a 4-player family, and if one person goes inactive, you're at a big disadvantage. And they need to make it to where even people that maybe don't have a full showing, so maybe you have a 16-player clan and only 4 people show up because it's a phone game and a lot of people don't show up, they need to be able to complete at least the easy tasks, otherwise they're going to hate clans. So I think this is a big mistake, and hopefully Kafir will fix it before they get it to you. But there's there's over 100 new quest options for you guys, and like I said, they're kind of messed up right now. They're just really difficult. Hard is even harder. Again, there are some that are possible, but I don't think any of these are possible. Maybe collecting berries. I don't know. But I think all of these are impossible, even for 16 active players. It's just something is wrong with the way that they did their algorithms on what is possible. So then, and part of it is because you can't reset the zones. The zones, you clear them and then they won't reset. Or there's other clans doing the same thing in the zones, and it's kind of a mess. So again, hopefully they'll fix that. They have a really cool system to where when you finish faster, you get more points. So they have a great system. They just need to make the clan test possible, and then people will just be competing for how fast they can get it done, which is a really cool concept. Basically, you've got good if they fix the class. Basically, if they fix the clan tasks to where they're possible, to where the system in place is actually really good, because it'll be making clans compete for time on something, not, oh, we failed because the clan task was pretty much impossible. And then you got the legendary ones, which I think the legendary ones should feel impossible. Some of them actually aren't impossible. I think maybe these would be, I think all of these are impossible. Actually, this one's not impossible. They inflict 720,000 damage to any bosses is very possible if you have rich accounts. It's hard to do it on the OBT, but in the actual game, if you've got a rich account, you just get the giant chief. It's still legendary for sure, because you've got, basically, in order to do this, your whole team, 16 players, need to all be separate, which I think is a little bit dumb that they make it to where the best way to complete these clan tasks is for everyone to be in different families. But the idea would be you get the giant chief, you get him down to 100 health, and then you go reset him, and then he will be there again, and then you go and you damage him again, do 4,000 damage, and then, or right under, keep them at 100 health, and then you reset them again and again and again. And if all 16 players are doing that, and all 16 players do it like 8 times, then you can complete this legendary task, which is still amazing. I mean, we're talking about, a ton of clan points. You really, to get into the ranking, the legendary tasks are the way to really propel your clan. But that's going to consume a lot of resources, which I'm still fine with, because that makes sense. If you're going to be trying to rank at the top, you're going to be competing with all the other clans. It's kind of cool that you're going to have to sacrifice, but the rewards for winning are amazing. You get 800 points here. Not to mention, doing those legendary tasks give you a crazy amount of these points. And so there's just a lot of rewards in here. And then you've got lots of silver. One of my favorite things about this update is that they have added so many new ways for free-to-play players to get silver. So I really do like that aspect of this. I just think that the clan tasks are completely broken. They just are even the easy ones being impossible, that just feels completely wrong. If you're a 4-player clan, or if you're a 16-player clan but not everyone's active, you're not going to even be able to enjoy this update unless they fix that. So hopefully they will. There's a few different rankings in here. You can obviously see everyone's levels, see if they're on. You have your own clan chat, which is really cool. You can see everyone's weekly activity. There are 4 different rankings. You got novices, which are the one they just entered. They have no permissions. Right now, the recruit has no permissions, but I think they'll add that in a future update, add more permissions like clan storage and stuff like that. And then you've got advisors who can do pretty much everything the leader can do, except they can't dissolve the clan. So the leader is kind of in charge, but the advisor can start clan tasks and all of those things, so that even if the clan leader's not on, y'all can still get the clan test done that day. So it's honestly, I would say that this is a good direction for Frostborn, going away from the family dynamic that was a great idea, but it just isn't working. You have to have 4 people who are crazy committed to this game, and that's just unlikely. It's unlikely. Most people are going to be more casual, and if they added some 1v1 or more 1v1, like a 1v1 druids or a 1v1 giants, or if they added 2v2 or 3v3, it would make each of those options would make the family system work better, because you're more likely to have 3 or 2 of your family members on than you are to have all 4 of them on. So I think this is a good direction, but there's not really much to say about this update. This campfire doesn't really do anything other than just provide a place for y'all to sit and do nothing together. The biggest bonus to this update is the new silver. You can get a lot of silver through the recruit's chest, and this is pretty easy to get these influence points. You have to grind for the clan task, but as long as you're active, you're going to get a lot of these points. And then this has more silver, not quite as much silver per thing that you're using, but you're also getting a lot of purple weapons. And then you get the brown armored horse, which in my opinion is the coolest looking horse. But more than that, it is just fast. On the world map, the armored horses are the fastest. They're even faster than a bear. So if you want to be able to have a mount that you can travel on the world map quickly, if you're doing a lot of farming in Jotunheim or whatever, then being able to get this free to play is really an amazing deal. So I think that was another good touch by the devs. And then you can get the white celestial horse, which looks cooler than I thought it would. And then you've got a bunch of other options as well. Instigator gear. I think being able to get instigator gear, fire bows, and fire daggers, this is all free to play. This is a really cool touch by the devs. So I would say this part, what the devs added is good, other than the clan task being impossible to do and therefore ruining the whole update, which hopefully they will fix. The direction is good. What it's adding to the game is good, but really what gets me excited about this update is what is to come. And there's a bunch of other changes they made, some good, some bad, but let's go into what is to come. So we've got over here, we've got this like forge area. I think clan weapons will be made here, so eventually I don't even know what a clan weapon is. You do when you first join a clan. This is another change. You get a Frostbow, but it's called a clan Frostbow. And so, not sure why they call it a clan Frostbow and why that's any different than a normal Frostbow, but I think they're going to eventually have some kind of clan weapon system. Hopefully it's good. I don't really have an issue with the weapons they already have. I think one of the best things about Frostborn is their weapons, but I'm intrigued to see what they do there. And then I don't even know what this little building is, but it does seem like there will be something there. This is kind of exciting. They've got they're kind of teasing the not the Draker, by the way, I have Flaw Power on here. Hey, Flaw Power.
Hey.
What is the name of the biggest ship in Frostborn?
I don't remember. Let's check.
Was it the Galleon or I don't know?
Yeah, the Galleon, yeah.
Galleon, okay, yeah. So this looks like the clan's going to be able to build a Galleon together, which is pretty cool. But obviously that's not in there. What gets me the most excited are the next two. So this is the clan hall. I imagine that a clan hall will have some clan storage. If they don't, then the devs are just, I don't even know what's going on with them. So they need to add a clan storage. It is dumb that they didn't add it in this update. It seems like a pretty easy thing to do. But hopefully when this clan hall opens up, they'll have some storage for us. And some other cool things. I don't know what it would be. Maybe some clan quests. The second thing that I'm excited about, which I was really hoping this would be an arena. If you find out, let me know. Anyways. But it looks like it's going to be more like 16 versus 1 bosses. Or like survive waves of enemies. Basically these portals, you'll go in as a clan. And that's a cool touch, I think, and maybe you'll get clan points or activity points for doing it. I really like that. I think that 16 versus anything is going to be a really cool touch. So I'm excited about this. I'm really hoping that they add an arena somehow, but it doesn't look like they are. This update doesn't tease an arena at all. And then there's this little thing, which is really nothing. Okay, so that's the clan base, but there's actually still a lot of changes that I haven't had a chance to talk to you about. So one of the most noticeable changes is that they've changed the animations on almost every ranged weapon in the game. So you can see here, oh, I didn't mean to kill that deer. You can see that the Firebow fire arrow is not nearly as impressive. And you can almost see that around the board. All of the ranged weapons that one seems pretty cool, but most of the ranged weapons, they just seem like they've been dumbed down. It's pretty much all of them. They just don't look as good, and they're a little bit buggy. Like sometimes they don't shoot straight. So I think that this isn't a bug, or there's two things. Either, I mean, this is a lot of changes, right? This is a lot of weapons that were changed. Either they decided, hey, in order to help people with crappy phones or crappy internet, we're gonna dumb down the graphics on maybe the projectiles are higher intensity type things that people have to. It's harder for their phones, so they're like, hey, if we're gonna go up to 16 versus 16 multiplayer, which is what a lot of people are thinking is gonna happen with these clans. Then maybe we need to dumb down some of the projectiles. So that would be a positive thing, even though it stinks to have less good graphics. It'd be worth it if it allowed us to do more bigger battles in multiplayer. But the other thing that it does is, well, the other option is just that it's a bug. I don't think the devs, usually when the devs make any type of graphics change, it's just so epic and so awesome. I feel like that's one of the things that I love about the Frostborn devs is when they're going to make a change, they know how to make something look epic and awesome. So maybe it's a bug like that just made all the weapons look bad, and in that case it'll probably be fixed by the time you guys, the global comes out. But if it's not, then I can, the only thing I can think of is that they dumbed down the graphics specifically to help our phones. So okay, so that's a lot of the changes. Let's see what else. So you can see here that they changed the color of players to yellow on the minimap. So
Yeah, maybe it's a bug. I don't know.
no, that looks purposeful. So that's someone who's not in aggressive mode, right?
I don't even know. Sometimes they're red people, sometimes yellow people. I don't know.
Okay, so there are still sometimes red people.
Yeah.
Okay, so my guess is that they changed the green, like invisible, like as a green outline arrow, to yellow. That makes more sense. If they're non-aggressive, you still need to be worried about them. It's like caution, but they can't come attack you right away. So that's a cool touch. They also made it to where clan members are now green, and whereas party members are still blue. But if you have a party member who is also a clan member, like a family member who's also a clan member, then they'll be green. Even though the arrow, when they're not on your mini-map, telling you what direction they are, will still be blue. So this is a little confusing, but basically, if you clan members are now green, family members are still blue, and now non-aggressive are yellow, and aggressive is red. So those are some good communication touches. They added the the build limit in the crafting menu. So you can see here the laboratory, which doesn't exist in the game yet. It says you can build 2 of them, and it says you have currently built 0 out of 2. So that is a really cool touch. Now I know I can't tell you how many accounts that I'm not sure how many chests I have, and I see you I build an extra crappy level 1 chest just to make sure, is this a chest that, or have I hit my limit yet? And then I have, and so I have to just stick the chest in another chest and then I forget, several weeks later, and I'm like, hey, have I hit the limit on this account? Which those of you who only have 1 account probably won't have that problem, but it's a problem for me. So I like this change, and it just makes it easier to know how many have I built. Should I build another one? You can see here that they added, our clan tag. So your clan has a whole name, but then you have a little tag of 3 to 4 letters, something like that. And you can obviously see that clan tag on other players, which allows you to identify, is that clan that hates us, or is that clan that likes us, or is it our clan? And you can see here at Druids that the clan members, even if they're in a different family, on aggressive mode, they can't attack each other. So this has a unintended consequence, or maybe an intended consequence, of now Druids has a different feel. Like now, as soon as this update goes live, Druids and Giants, you're gonna now have family teaming, which I think most people are not gonna like, but we'll see how it goes. But basically now, not only do you have an advantage if you have your whole family on, which is really frustrating when you have a guy who's inactive but you really want to be loyal to them. So now you not only have that disadvantage, but now if you are part of an active clan, you could go as a full 4-man team and be like, yeah, we've got all the best gear, and 3 families attack you from another clan, and you never had a chance, and they can't hurt each other. They can't heal each other. They can't act as a family, but they can easily team up on you. And even though you were the top of the top, because a 4-man team that really works well together and communicates well and is active is the top of Frostborn. Before this update, even if you weren't that good, if you communicated well and you were decent, just the fact that you were a 4-man team all in good gear, you would dominate Frostborn, because there's just so few families that would stay active and not have someone lose. So you were the dominating, force. Well, it's not going to happen anymore. Now there's a bigger force. There could be a 12-man team out there, and you don't guarantee that you're going to match with your clan. So you could even have an active clan and get unlucky, and the other clan could all match up with you. So I think this is actually really destructive for, even though I do think that clans is the right direction, I think clans and druids is a really bad direction, and it's going to make it to where the people that were having fun with 4v4, the best part of the game, the only people that could have fun, are now not going to have fun. So this could be the most destructive thing about this update. I personally haven't had a pro team the last month or two, so I think we're getting back together for this update, but I think we're gonna just hate it. I don't know. We'll see how active our clan is, but this is definitely it could make it to where the only people having fun are no longer having fun in this game, and so hopefully they'll follow our suggestion and add 2v2 and 3 and 1v1. But even then, they're gonna have to make it to where clans can't join, because then you do 2v2 and then you get a bunch of clans that are all a bunch of 2-player families, and they all like it. Really, teaming in druids is horrible, and so hopefully this is I hope they fix it. I mean, you guys should just be nice about it, but tell the devs, like, hey, you ruined druids. Maybe even nicer than that, like, hey, this update, which is maybe a good update, like the clan direction's good, has had the unintended consequence of destroying one of the coolest parts of this whole game.
But it's not only on druid and giants, it's on any zones, even in solo. You can team up with clan members.
Yes, so in my opinion, teaming in zones is not that big of a deal. Okay, so let me give you guys my spiel on teaming, because I know that a lot of the Frostborn community is upset about teaming, and I agree that teaming is bad, but I don't agree that it's the core problem. I think that teaming is bad because we are desperate for PvP. The Frostborn community has said, devs, please give us an arena, please give us something, please give us something that we can do PvP with people, and the devs haven't done it, so we've made the most of the game and we've found PvP in the zones. And it's not the best PvP, but it is still PvP, and teaming is ruining that aspect of the game. But I don't think that the zones are designed to go get resources, and I think teaming is fine if it's a resource zone. Like, if that's how you want to get resources, great, you go team. If I'm going to go to the zone, I'm going to wear level 1 gear if I'm going for resources. The problem is we're not using the zones to go get resources. We're using the zones for multiplayer, and teaming is ruining that. So if they add in an arena, then, let's say they add an arena, then all of a sudden zones are now back to getting resources. That's their plan. And if people want a team, then wow, great, you got my level 1 gear, or you got my pickaxe or whatever, and that sucks, but that's part of the hide and go seek game. There are going to be people more powerful than you. If you want to play this game and always be the most powerful person, well then, you're playing the wrong game. That's not the point of Frostborn. You have to choose when you're going to be the most powerful and when you're going to let someone else be more powerful, but you're not going to lose a whole lot. That's how you play Frostborn. So teaming is only bad because we are making the most out of a crappy situation. I think the core problem is the devs need to fix the crappy situation. They need to fix their game. They need to add multiplayer, some kind of PvP, some kind of 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4 scenarios, and so that we can enjoy the game, enjoy the PvP aspect of the game. Right now, Frostborn is great at resource gathering. If you want to go play a game that has a challenge of resource gathering, then Frostborn's your game. You go to the zone and you don't know what to expect. It could be a really difficult zone where there's people teaming and hunting, and you're like, dang it, I lost my pickaxe. Or you could go and literally not see anyone, and you get a ton of copper. Same thing with up here. there's ways to have fun getting resources or Odins, there's ways to have fun getting resources in this game, like pretty much constantly. But if you're not wanting to get resources anymore, if you've gotten a lot of resources, if you're rich and you want to use those resources, there's nothing for you. So we've made the most out of going to the Forest of Shadows, but then teaming has ruined that aspect. But that's not the core problem. Teaming is not the core problem. That being said, Druids is designed for PvP. That's the whole design of this event. And so adding teaming into the design of this event ruins the design. Okay? I don't know if that makes sense. I know you guys are upset about teaming in the zones, and I'm telling you, I think that's because you're doing great. You're making the most out of the situation, but if they fix the situation, it would do much better than if they fix teaming, because then it'd be easier to find PvP in the first place. So I don't think teaming in the zones is an issue. Any resource zone, people want to team, that just adds more dynamicy to the game. Teaming in a PvP zone is stupid. That'd be like, hey, let's do an arena of 2v2v2 v2, or was it, and then allowing people to team up on each other and then giving them rewards for it. It would be ridiculous. So teaming in Druids is ruining one of for 4 players, which really this is the funnest part of the game for a 4-player team. If you have an active 4-player team, Druids and Giants is just so fun. It's very difficult to have an active team of 4 players and keep it active for a very long time. But when you do have that, every 2 hours, assuming you can find another team, which often you can't because they're falling apart, because it's just the nature of gaming. But theoretically, you can have a lot of fun in this game every 2 hours. I think we should be able to have more fun than just every 2 hours, but that's it. But now if they had teaming, it's going to ruin it for the 4-player team. So that's my spiel on teaming. I just think that teaming in the zones, I'm never going to focus on that. My solution for that is going to be devs. Create an arena. Create some kind of PvP options for us so that people aren't going to the zone. So anyways, that's my spiel on teaming. Okay, so they added a chicken right here. You can see this chicken in Newheim. That's kind of cool. They added, you probably saw this on the clan chest, but you can actually hold down on any of the wolves or horses or bears, any of these icons, and it'll actually show you a picture of what it looks like. So that's a cool touch. I definitely was really curious when I saw Celestial Armored Horse. I was like, oh my gosh, this thing's got to look so cool. I think I maybe even pictured it as a Pegasus because of the word Celestial. So I was a little disappointed when it was just a white horse with the pink stuff, but it's still cool. It's a cool looking skin.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool that they let us see it before we dedicate our time to try to get it. You'll see that the Celestial Horse starts out as a level 1, and then, even as a level 1, you get the 5 extra inventory slots, which is awesome. You get pretty fast speed. 46 is really fast. That's faster than a hunter can run, even with Instigator. And then you've got world travel speed at plus 70%, which makes it by far the fastest level 1 animal in the game. But even when you hit level 4, this will go up to 76. It goes up 2% each time. This goes up 1%, 1 resilience each time. This goes up 2 speed each time. So you're going to end up with 18, 52, and 76. If you get the perk of world travel, which gives you plus 30%, that is less than like the wolf or the bear, which gives the world travel, the roamer perk gives plus 50%, which is way better. But a bear only gives you naturally, even a level 4 bear gives you plus 50%. So a bear with that perk, which would be such a waste to put a roamer perk on a bear, is still not going to be as good as the level 4 armored horse with the roamer perk. Even a level 2 armor horse with the roamer perk is going to be faster than a level 4 bear. So the armored horse is the way if you want fast world travel. If you want to be able to go to Jotunheim fast, it's the one to have. And especially if they add more things later that are further away, which they're not teasing anything right now, but if they ever do, it'll be really nice to have that armored horse, and you can get it free to play. So I definitely recommend people being active in the clan until they get an armored horse, because it's worth it. Okay, so here's that clan Frostbow I was talking about earlier, where when you join a clan, so everyone should join a clan, you get 50 influence points and a clan Frostbow, which has the exact same stats as a normal Frostbow, which for a blue weapon is kind of an OP blue weapon. It being able to have a ranged weapon that slows people down by 40% is kind of ridiculous. Normally you would expect that in like a melee weapon to be able to stick to someone, but the devs have allowed people to do ranged weapons. The devs just really like bows. I don't know. The fire bow, the 5-shot crossbow, it just feels like the devs really want the archer class to have the best stuff. And then here's something interesting. The clan Frostbow is a personal item. So I don't know if when the forge comes out that I was showing you guys earlier, if clan weapons are going to just be personal items. I don't know. I guess that would make sense because you can win them more. Or I don't know. I don't know why they're doing that, but I think they have something planned. Like, you can tell that they're being really intentional about this. So I think there's something. Maybe that'll be the next update, which I'm really hoping it'll be the clan hall instead. But anyways, I think they have something planned here with these, clan weapons, but I'm not sure what it is yet. They changed the look of influence of tournaments. Wait, is this the look, right? They didn't change anything else about it, right?
Yeah. Just the points.
Just the point look. You can see this little icon, which is cool. It's a cool looking icon. But nothing else was changed about this, right? Same rewards.
Yeah, nothing like that.
Okay, and so what else, Floppower? Are there any other changes that I've missed so far?
When you craft something, like a spear, if you
Okay, I'm gonna
if you close the windows of crafting menu, you will have the spear again selected to craft.
Oh, that's a nice touch. I like that. That is something
Because
that
in past it was back to the stone hatchet.
yeah, it would always
every
go
time
back
you
to the
close.
stone hatchet. Man, I'm so glad you noticed that. Yeah, that is something. Oh, they added the bath. Is that this time or is that last time? Bath
No,
is
it's
this
new.
update, right? Yeah. Okay. Wow, I totally
Yeah.
missed that. So the bath is a cool touch. Basically, well, I think it's a little broken, but basically the bath is a way to heal. If you're playing this game correctly, you should have crazy amounts of healing potions, and you never need to heal by sitting in a bath with your clanmates. But you can build a bath.
Yeah, that's true.
And maybe someday that will be worth something. It is a cool touch. Like, you all sit there and you're like, chilling in the hot bath and your health goes up pretty quick. But there's really no functional purpose for it other than it looks cool. But, your family can all get in it together, which is kind of fun. So I think that it would make more sense for them to put this bath in the clan area, because then that might actually be a place where you want to heal and you don't want to go home to heal, grab your potions. I don't know, but anyways, it's still a cool touch. It's got some cool animations. If you've watched some of my other videos, you've seen it, but it costs a ton of fuel to heal, so it's not worth it in any way. It consumes quite a bit of coal, so it's just not worth it. but it's still cool. But that's kind of how all of these updates have been, right? A lot of these changes, like the blacksmith's kind of cool, right? Like that's cool because you can make more leather strips, and you can create ghost flowers, and it just allows for us a few things that would be hard to grind for. You can get it through these things. I don't know if it's worth grinding all of this stuff to get these, but it is cool, It's still, they're okay. But then in the similar fashion, when they added the Hunter Shack and the all of these things to where you can get resources brought to you. It's like these resources are pretty easy to mine on your own. They don't bring a whole lot. Like you feel like you have to do a lot of maintenance. They cost food to feed the guy who's doing it. They take a while. They don't fill up lots of slots. It's just one slot, so you get like 20. It's just something about it. It's meh. Like I'm just kind of like meh. They're okay. They're not that great. They're not bad, but they're just not that great. And they clutter up your base like crazy. So I don't like that aspect of any of the new stuff where they clutter up your base. And that's kind of the same thing with the hot tub. It takes up 4 slots. It just can feel like it clutters up your base. So if you're doing it for a design element, then great. But it doesn't really have a functional use. But it is really cool that they changed it to where you can select something and leave your inventory and come back. That's a really nice touch. Let's try it with something. Let's say we want to build a cooking pot. Oh no, I forgot I have to pull this out of my inbox or something like that. And then you come back and it's still up to where you had just selected. So that's a really cool touch. And then, like I said earlier, being able to see, I built 0 of 1 is a nice touch. So they definitely made some good improvements there in the crafting menu. Anything else, Fall Power?
I don't think there is anything else. Yeah.
A couple other changes. You have to reach level 10 or higher to join a clan or existing clan or create one. When you create that clan, if you guys saw me create a clan in one of those other videos, you can make them public, invite only, or private to where you have to request. And then the maximum number is 16. I think I already mentioned that. You can't even go check out the camp unless you have a clan. So you'll see it on the menu, but it won't even let you travel to it or enter it. If you don't have a clan.
There is also a cooldown if you leave a clan. You have to wait 1 day to join another one.
Yes, that's a great point. There's a 24-hour cooldown on leaving the clan. And that's a 24-hour cooldown in the OBT. I think it's going to be the same in Global. And then they made a bunch of, fixes to bugs and stuff like that. Though, you guys probably know by now every time there's a new update, they add a bunch of bugs as well. Not intentionally, obviously, but there's always just so many bugs with a new update. And so we like that they're coming out with new updates, new stuff, new content. I wish it was a little bit more poignant, as far as what we're wanting, like an arena or something like that. But it's still cool so that they're working on it, that they're still developing content for the game. One thing that I forgot to mention that I'll kind of just share a little bit of the tactics of clans is when you're actually competing, you'll see, if you saw any of my other videos where we're competing for it, there is a leaderboard within the clan task with you and your active clan of who's contributing the most, and the first place person on a hard task gets 110. I'm pretty sure the easy it's 55, so it's like 55, 110, and I think it's 220 if you're the first place in your clan. If you contributed the most in your clan, you get a crazy amount of these clan points. And so it motivates you to contribute and to kind of race with your people to try to contribute the most. But obviously when you've got 16 players, if they're really active, it can make it kind of difficult to be first. But so this is where the strategy comes in. If you're thinking, yeah, we're probably never going to be a number one. I mean, to get 16 incredibly wealthy, incredibly active players that are going to be so devoted to being number one. I'm just not going to be that kind of person. Then it might be more beneficial for you to get together with just friends to where everyone can kind of take turns being the most active person. Like when you're the most active person, like it's not that high of a bar to be the number one. So you're like, you know what? I'm feeling like doing the clan task today. I'm going to try to get a lot of clan points to get some rewards. All right, guys, I'm getting on. And it's like you and like 3 other people joining. And maybe you're so small that they're like, oh, okay, you're really wanting it. We'll let you, get first. Whereas if you're with a really active 16-player clan, the rewards down on the leaderboard of each task get down to like 10 points. So it's really very small in comparison if you're not contributing the most, or even in the top 3 of your clan. You're only getting 10 clan points, even if you're trying. But if someone just contributed a lot more, you're not going to get as many clan points. So it actually might be more beneficial if you're wanting lots of clan points to get those rewards and you're not going to hit the top. If you just know we're not going to be a top 50 clan, then it might be more beneficial for you to join a more casual clan, just so that you can get those extra clan points. Because that's, if you're not in the top 50, the best way to get those clan points is going to be through doing the tasks and being the highest ranked clan member in those tasks. So it might even be beneficial to have some smaller clans. You're not going to get on the top 50, but you might get some more points. So that's something to keep in mind as you're picking your clan. Also, Flawpower and I are working on a Discord server for you guys, kind of like a Trade City version of finding clans and team members and family members. And so we're putting some work on that. A video will come out. Flawpower, how long do you think it'll take before we get that done?
I don't know, because there is some problem with adding some bots, I think. Make a bot system.
Got it. So you're trying to add bots to make it easier for people, but it's you've been running some snags on it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well,
maybe I will just make it simple system. I don't.
Okay. Well, if you guys want to help, put in a comment below. If you're like, oh yeah, I'm really good with bot, I know how to make this work, and you want to help out Flawpower, we definitely want to be able to get you guys a system to where you can find people the easiest possible on your server, the easiest possible way that match your activity and all of those things. So we're working towards that. But those are all of the changes. I'm going to go count them up, but we're talking about hundreds of changes at this point, just because of all the stuff. And now a lot of these changes are not necessarily great changes, but they're just stuff. They got the new clan boat is obviously a change, and the clan hall, even though there's nothing in the game yet, those are all changes. All of the weapons are each a change. All of those weapon animations are each a change. But we still don't know if that's a bug or if that's intentional. We just haven't heard anything yet. So that's what we got. Hope that helps. Thanks, guys. See you next time.